offenses against Cannabis and Controlled Substance Act and 2 offenses against the Illinois Vehicle Code. To date, we have charged 442 individuals with felony crimes in 2017. Any questions?
Questions, comments? In your packet, you'll have the grand report. Need to put it on file. Need a motion to approve. Mr. McConnell, second by Mr. Hess. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Have a good day.
Thank you, Joe.
Coroner's office. Mr. Cavender. How you doing? In your report, you have 2 reports in your packet. Need a motion to approve. Motion to approve and combine and approve. Mr. Stauffenberg, Mr. Washington. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Nothing really stands out. The only thing I would say is cremations for July. You see 10 down. I don't think that's accurate. I'll have to ask Katie about that before you call me out on it. I'll point that out. Only other thing I want to add is I think Bob talked about in May the grant money we had applied for with the health department Riverside. We did get the full $225,000. It's in the bank. The money flows through the health department. So part of that, the prevention and treatment aspect of that grant money is we have to do public education forums. The first one of those is on September 25th at Olivet, and I believe at 6 o'clock. So we'll have more information at next month's meeting about that, and I'll probably send some stuff to Diane to send out to everybody too. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good day. Sheriff. Your packet, you have the Sheriff's monthly report. Need a motion to approve. Mrs. Dunbar, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? You need a hard copy. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, a couple things. Did everybody get their report emailed to them this week?
I don't recall seeing it.
Diane says you did. Huh?
When did I get it, yesterday?
Monday.
Monday?
Uh-oh.
I would make sure she's got the right email.
Is it your county email or personal? No.
Yeah.
Did you send it to the county email addresses?
I can swear I did. If not, I know I have.
All right. Also, in the question to the public defender regarding the time of and the length of trial and who's in custody longest, we also track that as far as in custody. We don't track the ones that obviously aren't in custody, but we do monitor the length that they're in custody for, and we actually work with the state's attorney's office if some lower level offenses, if a guy's in jail for 6 months for his first retail theft for some reason, he wouldn't spend that much time if he got convicted of it. So we work with the state's attorney's office to make sure that those people do find some resolution, whether it's a release on a recognizance or some other options. But yeah, we do track that and do watch as far as our length of stay. One of and what kind of has skewed our number, if you remember, and I know it made the front page of the paper, and I know Jim's office got blamed for it, but it's been going on since 1997, and that was the triple homicide that Aurelius Piper ended up pleading guilty to, and he went to prison as I don't know who put it in the newspaper, put in the day that we traveled to the Department of Corrections, which is brilliant journalism. Nonetheless, we didn't go on the day the Journal said we went. We went on a different day because that's a safety issue for us, and shame on our local newspaper for putting that information in the paper. However, he is slated for release on August 12th, for those of you that care about the time he gets out of jail. So he will be back in our community on August 12th, which, what's today, the 9th? That's Friday.
Yep.
So, anyway, so we do track the length of stay and all that. But he was here for a long time, went to prison because he got found guilty. His case got sent back, went through another trial, got found guilty, went to prison. His case got sent back again, and then this time, and that doesn't even include the 2 mistrials that he had. So that was quite a burden on our entire system for a long, long time. So hopefully he doesn't come back, but we'll see. On the report, if you look, the numbers in July, and sometimes I think we forget as a board and even sometimes as a department that our local inmates, as much work as our staff has done on the ICE program and the U.S. Marshals, they do just as much work on our locals. And as you can see, last year our local population was 222 on an average, and right now in July it's 242, which is 20 people more, 20 inmates more this year than we had last year on average. And just a little bit of even though we're only 9 days into the month, in August the average right now is 246. So that number continues to rise. So obviously we have a responsibility to those that are in custody just as much as we have a responsibility to the ICE detainees and the U.S. Marshals. If you look under number 2, on the far right, you can see that at this point we are $2.1 million ahead of last year revenue-wise, which obviously is certainly a plus, and we are obviously striving to increase that as we move forward. Questions on those numbers? Under transports, if you look at the transports, obviously our transports have increased significantly, mainly due to ICE. However, between ICE, the U.S. Marshals in Indiana, the U.S. Marshals in Chicago, and the majority of our medical transports, we are getting reimbursed for those transports, both mileage and salary. So the cost of that isn't as great as what you may think because we're getting reimbursed for it. Questions on that?
Is that reimbursement also inclusive of, when you're looking at the mileage, exclusive of the salaries, the future purchase of those particular vehicles, if we have to replace them? The replacement of vehicles, are they included in the cost?
No, that is strictly, that reimbursement is strictly mileage. At whatever the federal rate is, it varies depending on, as it fluctuates.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking, because we use vehicles, and I'm wondering somewhere along the lines, do we kind of include to cover us when we have to probably purchase them with the excessive, you know, mileage and things of that particular nature?
Right.
You're going to run into needing some new vehicles.
Yep, and we do have 2 new ones, and then we have 2 also on order that is later on the agenda, I guess. Under the sworn side, Roman numeral 2, if you look at our total tickets through July of 2017 compared to July of 2016, we are more than doubled our tickets for 2017. And just some simple math, and this is very simple. There's 460 more tickets at this time than there were last year. And if you multiply that out by about $40 or whatever the county gets for those tickets we write, that's $18,400, provided they all pay. So, you know, our sworn side has stepped up to do their part in trying to increase revenues too for the county. So I think that's something that needs to be noted. Also, our fatals, which are right now at 9. Last year they were at 11. For those of you that may have heard, there was one recently in August, so that number is actually 10. And One might ask, you know, if you're writing more tickets and out there doing more traffic, why are there more fatals? As you know, over the last couple of years with layoffs and our